maintaining the tradition of winning gold medals at the Olympic Games. Now, he mentioned that at least 4 sectors have the potential to win gold medals at the Paris 2024 Olympic Games, namely men and women single players and men and women doubles teams. Meanwhile, mixed doubles teams is considered to have less opportunity to clinch gold. Furthermore, PBSI is actively working to qualify as many players as possible for this most prestigious sporting event by choosing suitable tournaments for each player to accumulate the required points for the 2024 Olympic Games qualifications.
Memang ada beberapa atlet yang tidak butuh poin banyak, hanya butuh mempertahankan diri sekarang. Itu tidak semuanya wajib. Kita sudah punya pilihan-pilihan jadwal bagi setiap sektor dan setiap pemainnya. Dan mereka ikuti ada race to Olympic di sana. Dan itu milestone pertama kami memang di sana. Kita sudah menghadirkan pakar psikologi sport. Itulah sport science. Jadi kita menggandeng ahlinya dalam konteks sport science. Oleh sebab itu saya mohon doa restu teman-teman semua agar apa yang menjadi ikhtiar kami ini bisa terwujud dan bisa menjadi kebanggaan buat seluruh masyarakat. Memang yang kita kirim ini kan anak lapis ketiga. Yang Cina aja yang mengalahkan Jojo dan Ginting itu kan stok pemain kita tidak mau ganggu untuk siapa.
Moving on to our next update, 52-year-old 11-time World Serving Champion Kelly Slater reached the round of 32 on day 1 of the WSL Hurley Pro Sunset Beach in Hawaii on Saturday. Slater will face world number Ethan Ewing of Australia at the next call. Tokyo Olympic silver medalist Kanoa Igarashi of Japan is also through to the round of 32. The California-born Igarashi mixed his approach to the winning wave with a turn and a barrel to win Heat 7 with a high score of 11.00 and advance. Tokyo Olympic champion Italo Ferreira of Brazil is also through after winning his heat with a 13.00 to defeat Jacob Wilcox of Australia with a point of 10.17 and Ian Gentle of Hawaii with point of 10.00. From serving, we're now moving on to the MMA, where Hegarty comes back from knockdown to finish Lobo and retain bantamweight strap at One Fight Night 19 in Thailand. Jonathan Hegarty knocked out Felipe Lobo in round 3 with a straight right hand to retain his bantamweight Muay Thai title at One Fight Night 19 in Thailand. After Hegarty sent Lobo to the canvas in the 3rd, the Brazilian challenger made it back to his feet but only unsteady legs, forcing referee Olivier Costet to halt the contest. In the co-main event, number 4 ranked bantamweight Muay Thai contender Saima Pech Fairtex returned to action and stopped Algerian rival Mohamed Younes Rabah in the 1st round of their highly anticipated rematch. All right, well, that's all the time we have for sports this hour. But when we return, we'll have more information. And so keep it right here on the 3-Hour News Show on See Today.
Good morning, Indonesia, Southeast Asia, and the world. Rise and shine, everyone. A brand new start to a brand new month and a brand new week.
Good morning. Good morning. It's a deja vu. Good.
Like deja vu. It's like with sports, entertainment as well.
It is time for See Today with Business with me, Caroline. All right, guys. See Indonesia, see the world, see today.
China has been racing against time for rescue and disaster relief work after a landslide on Monday struck a mountainous village in southwest China's Yunnan province.
Kenapa sih dia selalu mau eksis kalau aku syuting? Ijo sama yang merah ini tuh rumah pribumi. Jadi aku taruh di dalam, makanya rasanya lebih welcome gitu. Modern banget. Dia tuh sempit banget kalau ceilingnya pendek. Menurut aku ya, kita belum ngerasa memiliki kalau belum ada sejarahnya.
Asian flavors is gaining more popularity around the world in the last decade. Personally love this, not just because it is familiar for our palate, but because the airiness, the textures of the youtiao, it's completely different than baguette. So with those appetites and with those pleasure-driven people, Menteng is a very special place for restaurant.
This is so spicy.
Absolutely delicious.
You know, it's actually pretty good.
Satu, dua, tiga.
Come see the nature, only on See Indonesia.
Come see the beauty. Only on See Indonesia.
Only on See Indonesia.
Hello, welcome back to the 3-hour news show. So this is the second hour of the show. We still have 2 more hours to go, and I would love to welcome back our viewers in Indonesia, also across the world. Thank you so much for joining us, and we still have the updates from Indonesia, Southeast Asia, and also the world. I'm your host for today, Hans Lango.
And I'm Hiliani Hidranto. Welcome to the 3-hour news show. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, X, and YouTube at See Today News for the latest updates. And with us today is Krizia for the latest from the business world.
Thank you, Annie. I'm Krizia Alexa. We'll take a look at business updates from the country, the region, and elsewhere around the world. But now let's take a look at what made the top stories for today.
Israeli military assault in Gaza has hindered the latest run of Israeli-Palestinian truce talks.
Numerous U.S.-based companies, including Cisco and Nike, revealed plans to reduce their workforce to lower expenses and allocate greater investment toward priority sectors.
The Indonesian Badminton Association, or PBSI, expressed their optimism about Indonesia's opportunity to win gold medals at the 2024 Olympic Games in Paris, France.
And in the last hour of our show, in the See the Story segment, we will learn more about Abacus and Brain Gym as fun learning methods with Regional Director and Executive Instructor at Abacus Brain Gym, NG Michaela Marella. And let's start the segment with the updates from Palestine. Palestinian official Kadura fears explained that the latest round of Israeli-Palestinian truce talks has been hindered by the relentless Israeli military assault in Gaza, as well as deep divisions between Israel and Hamas as a result of political infighting within Israel.
He also highlighted the challenges faced during the quadrilateral meeting attended by Egypt, the United States, Qatar, and Israel on February the 13th in Cairo to discuss the facilitation of a truce in the Gaza Strip and detainee swap.
According to Palestinian official Kadura Fares, the latest round of Israel-Palestinian truce talks has been hindered by the relentless Israel military assault in Gaza, as well as deep divisions between Israel and Hamas as a result of political infighting within Israel. In an interview with China Media Group, Fares, who is also the head of Prisoners Affairs in the Palestinian Prisoners Club, highlighted the challenges faced during the quadrilateral meeting attended by Egypt, the United States, Qatar, and Israel, which started on February the 13th in Cairo to discuss the facilitation of a ceasefire in Gaza Strip and detainee swap. Hamas is demanding an end to the war in exchange for the release of hostages, while Israel agrees only to a time-limited truce. Both sides are willing to include the release of Palestinian prisoners in the deal, but there is also disagreement over the number of prisoners to be released. Fares emphasized that the Palestinian government is well informed about the details of the truce talks. He pointed out that the main obstacles to the negotiation lie with the Israeli side, as there are significant differences between Hamas and Israel regarding the cessation of Israel military operations and a full withdrawal of Israeli forces from the Gaza Strip.
المفاوضات تواجه عراقيل وعقبات تنتجها إسرائيل وذلك بحكم طبيعة التركيبة الائتلافية الحاكمة في إسرائيل، إذ أن الحسابات السياسية الداخلية الصغيرة لإسرائيل تشكل عاملاً معوقاً لإحداث اختراق والتجسير على الخلافات بين إسرائيل والمقاومة فيما يتعلق بأكثر من مسألة، أهمها موضوع وقف الحرب وانسحاب الجيش الإسرائيلي من غزة، إضافة إلى الإطار العام الذي سيحكم والمبادئ التي ستحكم عملية التبادل يعني ومن سيشملهم التبادل.
Fares also warned that a ground offensive by Israel military against the southern Gaza Strip city of Rafah would lead to massive civilian casualties. He called on the international community to take actions to stop an Israel ground military operation in Rafah and to prevent further escalation of the current conflict.
إذا كانت قراءة في الموقف الإسرائيلي، نعم، نتنياهو يريد أن يدمر رفح هو وبن غفير وائتلافه الحاكم، ولكن إذا توفرت إرادة دولية حقيقية ومورست ضغوط حقيقية يمكن درء هذا الخطر. يعني الكرة في ملعب المجتمع الدولي وعلى وجه الخصوص في ملعب الإدارة الأمريكي، ولدينا رغبة في أن تحدث اختراقة تمكن من بلورة صيغة بأسرع وقت ممكن والحيلولة دون يعني مواصلة هذه الحرب الآثمة.
Israel has launched airstrikes against Rafah since Monday and indicated that it is set to launch a ground operation in the city. Health Ministry in Gaza announced that the number of Palestinian deaths had risen to 28,858 since the start of Israel genocide on the Gaza Strip on October 7, 2023.
Still from Palestine, 8 airstrikes on different parts of central Gaza on Saturday killed more than 40 people and injured at least 50.
14 of those killed, including 4 women and 2 children, were taken to Al-Aqsa Martyrs Hospital in the city of Deir al-Balah, and around 30 bodies were taken to Auda Hospital in Nuseirat.
Footage captured by the Associated Press showed people gathered outside the Deir al-Balah Hospital in Al-Aqsa in central Gaza. Crowds of people prayed for those who had been killed with their bodies wrapped in white sheets outside the emergency room. Reports from the scene also included that of a dead baby who was held aloft by a man who angrily addressed cameras outside the hospital.
Thousands of displaced people who took shelter at Nasser Hospital in the southern city of Khan Yunis were forced to leave this week as Israeli troops stormed the largest medical facility in the southern part of the Gaza Strip.
Palestinian health officials in Khan Yunis reported that 5 patients in intensive care died after their oxygen ran out following a raid by Israeli troops on Nasser Hospital.
The Israeli army has been searching the Nasser Hospital complex, arresting suspected Hamas militants and searching for evidence that the remains of Israeli hostages abducted by Hamas might be there. Israel says it does not target patients or doctors, but staff say the facility is struggling under heavy fire and dwindling supplies, including food and water.
فجأنا الساعة 5 الفجر بالدبابات والجرافات اطلعوا من المدرسة. بعتونا واحدة باب المدرسة قالوا لنا اطلعوا كله يطلع، فأخذنا حالنا وطلعونا. قالوا ممنوع حد يتلفت هيك ولا هيك، زي ما انتوا اطلعوا ضلكوا عدل، ممنوع تتحركوا. وطلعنا من ما بطخوا ممنوع حد اي حد بيتحرك هيك بطخوه. وطبعا معنا اطفال واغراض كثير، بس اخذنا معنا حراماتنا وطلعنا. مرة سنة حوالينا الدبابات وحوالينا جرافات وعياط الصغار خايفين من المنظر، رعب. والشهداء مزقل على الطريق، اطلاق نار ودبابات وجرافات وممنوع حدا يتحرك، والقناصات شغاله، ممنوع حدا يفتح شباك، ممنوع حدا يوصل باب المستشفى. كان بعتونا واحد قال لنا اطلعوا، ما رضناش نطلع، خفنا وين نطلع، احنا كنا خايفين من المنظر اللي يعني نشوف المنظر اللي برا، فضلينا جوا.
القناصة سكرت على البيبان، ممنوع حد يطلع ولا ينزل، يعني اللي بيطلع وبينزل بموت. يعني الشهداء قدامنا مرميين على الباب، ما نقدر نجيبهم بالمرة من الطريق من القناصة.
We now move on to the United States. A verdict has been delivered in the New York civil fraud trial involving former President Donald Trump.
This decision marks a major setback for Trump, whose legal battles have continued to unfold since he left office.
And for more on the details, we have the exclusive story from Aaron Rannon in New York City.
In a significant legal blow to former President Donald Trump, a New York judge has ordered him, his 2 adult sons, and his companies to pay $364 million and barred him from doing business in New York State for 3 years. The Office of New York Attorney General Letitia James issued the following statement. Today, justice has been served. This is a tremendous victory for this state, this nation, and for everyone who believes that we must all play by the same rules, even former presidents. The ruling comes after the judge found that the Trump organization engaged in a years-long scheme to deceive banks and other entities with financial statements that exaggerated the value of many of his properties. The Trump organization said the ruling was a gross miscarriage of justice. Every member of the New York business community, no matter the industry, should be gravely concerned with this gross overreach and brazen attempt by the Attorney General to exert limitless power where no private or public harm has been established. New Yorkers have been vocal in expressing their views on this verdict.
It won't affect mine because I was never going to vote for him, but I hope it will affect the vote of others.
I think it's ridiculous, but I think it's the same thing. They're always trying to attack him, so just ignore it and keep moving forward.
Former President Donald Trump is expected to challenge the verdict.
Donald Trump will certainly appeal, and there's 2 different levels he can go to in New York. The first is the Court of Appeal. Then he can go to the state's highest court. But that's a discretionary appeal. They don't have to take the case, and they may not. And then, of course, there's always the possibility that he can go to the U.S. Supreme Court. But there's no real federal issue here. This is a state issue in New York.
Romani clarifies that while Trump is required to put up some cash right away, he's not obligated to pay the entire sum immediately.
Donald Trump is going to have to pay something very soon, because if he wants to appeal this case, he's going to have to purchase an appeal bond, which will cost a percentage of the judgment. So it's going to be a significant sum.
This verdict represents a setback for Trump, whose carefully crafted image as a successful businessman has been central to his public persona and political aspirations, and could have an effect on undecided voters.
It's all about the independents in this upcoming presidential race, and it looks now as if he's going to lose a huge chunk of them. Recent polls have showed all his legal hassles, not just this case, has dropped at least 10 points among independent voters. And that's crucial in swing states like, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin.
With the presidential election less than 9 months away and Trump's other legal cases, including a pending criminal indictment still awaiting resolution, the verdicts could wield significant influence on the outcome of the United States 2024 presidential election. Aaron Rainan, VOA News, New York City.
Moving on to the next update, Thailand's former Prime Minister Thaksin Shinawatra was released on parole after spending 6 months serving time for corruption-related offenses.
His illness was suspected to be the reason for his early release.
The former Prime Minister Thaksin Shinawatra arrived on Sunday morning at his residence in Western Bangkok shortly after he was released on parole from a police hospital.
Thaksin was seen inside one of the cars in a convoy leaving the Police General Hospital just before sunrise and arrived at his residence less than an hour later.
Known as a polarizing figure in Thai politics over the last 2 decades, Thaksin was in office from 2001 until he was toppled in 2006 coup.
He was later convicted of abuse of power and other misdeeds while in office and returned in August from more than a decade of self-imposed exile to serve his prison sentence.
His original 8-year sentence was commuted to only a year by King Maha Vajiralongkorn on September the 1st.
Justice Minister Tawi Sotsong confirmed approval of Thaksin's parole last week, citing the possibility of early release for inmates who have serious illnesses, are disabled, or are over age 70.
Although the official results of the general elections of Indonesia will be out in March, leaders across Europe and Asia, including Dutch Prime Minister Mark Rutte and Singaporean Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong, congratulated Prabowo Subianto following the general elections on February the 14th.
Thailand's Prime Minister Srettha Thavisin also extended his greetings to the presidential candidate, noting his lead in the quick count votes.
These leaders also congratulated Indonesian citizens for the recent elections.
On his official X account, the Netherlands Prime Minister Mark Rutte announced that he has contacted Minister Subianto personally to express his congratulations, as the minister is said to be the next president of Indonesia. Mark Rutte wrote to his 1.4 million followers that he is looking forward to developing solid bond and strengthen the friendship between the Netherlands and Indonesia. Singapore PM's press secretary Chang Lilin said that both PM Lee and Prabowo Subianto had discussed the excellent state of bilateral relations. She added that they also agreed on the importance of identifying new and mutually beneficial areas of cooperation. Prabowo Subianto on his X account also mentioned PM Lee as one of many world leaders who sent congratulations via his mobile phone. On February 16th, Thailand Prime Minister Srettha Thavisin posted a tweet congratulating Prabowo Subianto on the quick count victory. In addition, the Prime Minister also says that he looks forward to working with Prabowo to further strengthen cooperation between Indonesia and Thailand. Furthermore, in his tweets, the Prime Minister also congratulated Indonesian citizens on the successful election process.
Head on to the United States, where the country's Department of State spokesperson Matthew Miller, in an official press statement, congratulates Indonesian people for the robust turnout in the general election.
According to Miller, the United States also looks forward to the election's official results.
On February 14th, the United States government released an official press statement to the public following the 2024 Indonesia general election.
The United States applauds Indonesian citizens for the robust turnout of the election, as it is evidence of the resilience and commitment of Indonesians to democratic process and electoral institutions.
Moreover, the United States expects to work with the president-elect, government, and legislative houses to further strengthen the ties between both countries.
The country also hopes to collaborate with Indonesia on shared objectives such as addressing climate change, ensuring prosperous Indo-Pacific, and maintaining global stability.
Furthermore, the United States is looking forward to the official results of the 2024 Indonesian general elections. That's it for this segment. We are going for a quick break for this hour. But when we come back, we'll again have the latest from Southeast Asia and also around the world.
And later during the hour, I'll bring you the latest from the world of business.
And the latest from the world of sports with me. So keep it right here on the 3-Hour News Show on See Today.
Gue yang penting apa yang gue makan bisa gue buang pada saat gue olahraga gitu.
Jadi Adila kalau ketemu mungkin dia ketawa.
Dengan proses gue bersyukur banget Kubu Junior tuh sempat bubar tahun 2016-2017.
Feelingnya sabu-sabu karena sabu-sabu kita cuma makannya setahun sekali.
Kalau kita dengerin Spotify ya, Pak gimana sih caranya aku bisa masuk di sini gitu. Ya nggak boleh menghalangi lah.
Ke Binjai mau migrasi.
Cakep.
Anjay aku depotsi.
Ya aku cuma mau bilang hari ini kamu tuh cantik ya.
Aduh ya Allah.
Oke lah kalau penampilan dia nggak sebaik itu, nggak sebagus itu, nggak seganteng itu, tapi itu hatinya dia sebaik itu dan tidak ada orang yang pernah gue temuin hatinya sebaik Mars.
Pemain.
Their existence is now being critically endangered.
Dia memiliki ekor yang sangat panjang, jauh lebih panjang daripada badannya sendiri.
Tekniknya dia keluar dia itu bergelombol, menggunakan punggung temannya untuk naik.
Sebenarnya konservasi burung hantu di sini latar belakangnya jelas asas manfaat. Jadi kita pengen melestarikan burung, melestarikan satwa, tapi juga otomatis dampaknya ke masyarakat yang khususnya sekarang kalau di sini kan petani.
Welcome back to another episode of Buddy Talk.
Enggak, dia hostnya, kita co-host.
It's better to be overdressed than underdressed. That's
Yeah,
actually a good hack, because I used to live in Canada. That was our trick.
Point to Manado on the smash.
I'm horrible, I told you I'm bad.
Dikira dengan banyaknya informasi itu kan jadi makin gampang gitu nulis.
Iya.
Tapi ternyata susah banget.
Good morning, Indonesia, Southeast Asia, and the world. Rise and shine, everyone. A brand new start to a brand new month and a brand new week.
Good morning. Good morning. It's a deja vu. Good.
Deja vu. It's like with sports, entertainment as well.
It is time for See Today with Business with me, Caroline. All right, guys. See Indonesia, see the world, see today.
Hello, welcome back to the show. Now we have some more updates only for you. Starting from Indonesia, the operational region 2 Bandung of the Indonesian Railway Company, or locally known as KAI, announced that ticket reservations for the upcoming Eid holiday season are currently available.
Over 14,000 tickets for short and long distance journeys are on sale every day.
Previously, the company opened the ticket sale on February the 15th. Passengers may purchase tickets for short-distance trip to Gambir and Pasar Senen stations in Jakarta, as well as long-distance trip for Yogyakarta, Solo, Malang, Blitar, and Surabaya.
According to KAI Operation Region 2 Bandung Public Relations Manager Ayep Hanapi, 14,316 tickets are available daily for short and long-distance journeys.
PT Kereta Api Indonesia Persero Daerah Operasi 2 Bandung membuka penjualan tiket kereta api pada periode angkutan lebaran 2024 mulai tanggal 15 Februari 2024. Tiket dapat dibeli melalui akses by KAI dan website KAI, juga seluruh channel penjualan resmi. KAI siap melayani pelanggan sebaik mungkin pada periode Lebaran 2024 melalui perjalanan kereta api yang selamat, aman, dan nyaman.
And let's fly a bit far to Sweden. As the fifth largest country in Europe, the country is known for its well-integrated transportation access in its capital, Stockholm. The stations offer some unique designs that are dubbed as the world's longest art exhibition.
That's right. Now, the station has at least 100 stops and covers 110-kilometer railway route, where travelers can find a variety of artworks made by around 150 artists.
When we visit Stockholm, Sweden, taking the public transportation is a must, as it is the cheapest option for getting around this beautiful city. The underground fast train station, the T-Bana, short for Tunnelbana or Tunnel Path, offers visitors to gaze dozens of artworks displayed along the station. Dubbed the world's longest art exhibit, the station covers 110-kilometer railway route. Along the stops, passengers will find a variety of wall paintings and other durable art displays in this famous Stockholm subway art. Out of 100 stops, 90 have been decorated and designed by over 150 artists.
One of the main stations that connects with all lines is Centralen or Central Stations, and the station is full with blue and white distinctive and uniqueness ornaments. Isn't it great, right? It was built in 1957 and located in the heart of Stockholm.
The domination of blue and white color of the station was to signify the color of a first transportation line. It was an artist named Per-Olof Hultfeldt who chose the blue shades. Not only he chose based on aesthetic values, he also considered their relaxing effect to create a calming atmosphere. Well, for the most part, because the station is a place where people are in a hurry to catch the connection to other lines. No wonder.
I think it's very beautiful, and it comes forward so much because it's so open, and so it brings more lightfulness and more joy to the station, because otherwise it would just be very sad and boring.
Next, we are heading to Kungsträdgården station. Kungsträdgården has arguably one of the most dramatic installations. Painted by Ulrik Samuelsson in 1977 with additions made by artists in 1987, the ceiling artwork can be found on and near the exit of the station. Our final stop this time was Stadion Station on the Red Line. The Stadion Station ceiling is teamed with brightly rainbow-colored sculptures and signs symbolizing the Olympic rings. We can also find a large arching rainbow on the marbled blue rock walls. It was designed by Enno Halleck and Åke Pallaa in 1973 to commemorate the 1912 Olympics.
Public transport isn't usually pretty, but in Stockholm, Sweden, it's more than just a way to get around. It's an art display, and not just art display, but it also offers a great facilities for handicapped or for mothers who have strollers, or even though people who travel, with wheels. It's really great, and it is really accessible for everyone who travels in Stockholm, Sweden. Noni Wisono, Dian Merdekawati reporting for Today from Stockholm, Sweden.
From Sweden, now let's go to Switzerland. Now, did you know that you can explore Switzerland through 5 tokens? So these tokens embody the wealth and beauty of this country, where quality is not just a standard, but a way of life.
Now, from precision craftsmanship to the uniqueness of art and tradition, each token offers a small piece of the enchanting charm of Switzerland that you can take home.
Nestled in the heart of Switzerland, where majestic landscape meet meticulous craftsmanship, 5 emblematic souvenirs capture the essence of this Alpine haven. Firstly, the Swiss watch, a beacon of unmatched craftsmanship and timeless elegance. While Rolex and Patek Philippe are well-known brands, let us introduce you to Mondane. Mondane resides in a distinct price range compared to your typical Cartier, Omega, or Breitling. It is the favorite choice of the punctual Swiss Federal Railways, SBB. Indulged in the delectable Swiss chocolates, masterfully crafted with the finest cocoa. Opt for the renowned brands like Springly or Ladera for a luxurious treat. If the price doesn't suit your preferences, consider indulging in their free samples instead. Your store smells like chocolate. Or explore alternatives like Cahiers, Regusa, Frey, or local store brands such as Coop. Take a journey into the artistic side with the well-crafted Swiss color of Caran d'Ache, known not only for its smooth coloring, but also its durability. For those seeking a harmonious blend of tradition and innovation, the Swiss Army knife stands as an indispensable and versatile tool synonymous with Swiss precision. Lastly, bring home a piece of Swiss charm with intricately designed cowbell, symbolizing the country's rich dairy heritage.
Well, Swiss is known for the cows, cheese, and milk, of course chocolate. So if you're still confused, the little bell will be good souvenirs for the loved ones.
These 5 souvenirs promise to encapsulate the spirit of Switzerland, ensuring your memories are as enduring as the majestic Alps themselves.
Well, if everything fails, you always can get the fridge magnet for your mom or your sister or your loved ones. So I think we're gonna get this.
All right, let's leave Europe for a while. Let's fly back to Asia. If you find yourself in Fujian province in China, make sure you visit 2 captivating historical sites, the Fuzhou Arsenal Museum and Foshan Country Park. This following story captures all the details. Let's have a look.
The Fuzhou Arsenal Museum stands as a testament to Fuzhou city's rich maritime history and cultural significance in China. Beyond its role in Chinese shipbuilding, the city served as a hub for maritime education, naval development, and even aircraft testing. The museum artfully captures the profound history and cultural legacy associated with China's naval strength. Another must-visit historical site is Foshan Country Park, a hidden gem that promises breathtaking views of lush forests complemented by a meticulously prepared fleet. At its summit, you can indulge in a panoramic spectacle of Fuzhou City.
20 tahun kita antara pemerintah Provinsi Jawa Tengah dan Provinsi Fujian dan sudah menjalin kerjasama sister provinsi dan hari ini kita bersama seluruh delegasi Provinsi Jawa Tengah berbahagia di kota Fuzhou, bukit yang penuh kejutan.
Nestled to the west of Gulou District and on the east bank of the Min River, Foshan Country Park sprawls over 200 hectares, spanning approximately 20 kilometers of winding trails. Open to the public and free of charge, the park serves as a serene heaven.
All right, now you can choose whether you want to go to Europe, to
Sweden or
Switzerland, and probably spending some more money that you've been gathered for the whole year, or you want to go to China. Because that would be, you know, another adventure. Because Europe might be too mainstream. People went there and never tried some other places in China though. Fujian, no, I haven't been.
Okay.
It's your call now. We're going for another break.
And after the break, Krizia will deliver some economics and business updates.
All right, Krizia, come on in.
Okay, I would love to visit China, by the way, because I heard that the toilets there right now is much cleaner
than before.
Is
it true?
Shanghai is another thing that you've seen for before the pandemic.
But later on the business segment, we won't be talking about China. We're going to be talking about Malaysia and its economic growth that was slower than expected in the fourth quarter of last year. So they estimated 3.4%, but turns out only grew by 3% in the fourth quarter. We're going to dig deeper into that when we return on the 3-Hour News Show on C Today. Stay with us.
Berangkat aja dulu, kerjakan apa yang ada di depan kalian. Setidaknya kalian hari ini walaupun tidak mendapatkan uang, tapi kalian mendapatkan kesempatan.
Walaupun di awal-awal itu banyak sekali rintangan dan tantangan.
Kalian berproses aja dulu, jalan aja dulu. Kalau udah waktunya kalian untuk dapetin uang akan datang nyamperin kalian. Hal yang paling sangat utama untuk mengawali bisnis, ridho dan restu orang tua. Itu hal dan modal paling besar dalam mengawali usaha.
The China Earthquake Network Center reported that the quake rocked the Ertupen County in Aksu Prefecture shortly after 2 a.m. local time.
Minister January Makamba was a guest in one of our news programs, the 3-Hour News Show, yesterday. While he was in the studio, he used the opportunity to explain the current state of diplomatic ties between Tanzania and Indonesia.
Indonesian Foreign Affairs Minister Retno Marsudi addressed the UN Security Council during an open debate in New York.
Ini adalah open debate Dewan Keamanan PBB ketiga mengenai Gaza dalam 3 bulan terakhir dan Indonesia hadir di ketiganya.
Bahkan brosurnya aja Pak, saya udah pelan-pelanin jalan. Ditegur, Mas cepetan gitu. Ini bisa baca perilaku kamu. Sekalian itu mau baca tarot nggak? Iya.
Oh iya, Sa.
Sama tangan kamu.
Keren banget, mau Om.
So spicy.
Absolutely delicious.
You know, it's actually pretty good.
Satu, dua, tiga.
Come see the nature, only on See Indonesia.
Come see the beauty, only on See Indonesia.
Only on See Indonesia. Thank you for staying with us on the 3-Hour News Show on C Today. We now have some business updates for you. Microsoft announced on Thursday that it will release 4 of its exclusive video games on competing consoles. The shift signals a willingness to generate more revenue from content that previously could only be played on Microsoft's own gaming hardware.
Microsoft's Xbox will release 4 previously exclusive video game titles on external platforms. However, gaming CEO Phil Spencer said on a podcast on Thursday that the decision is not a change to their kind of fundamental exclusive strategy. Nevertheless, the shift signals a willingness to generate more revenue from content that previously could only be played on Microsoft's own gaming hardware. In October, Microsoft completed the acquisition of prominent video game publisher Activision Blizzard for over $75 billion. In the fiscal second quarter, 11% of revenue flowing into Microsoft, the world's most valuable public company, was tied to gaming. The Game Pass service that provides access to multiple games now has 34 million subscribers, up from 25 million 2 years ago. But the Xbox Series X and Series S consoles, which became available in 2020, have not proven as popular as the Sony PlayStation 5 or the Nintendo Switch. The company announced last month that it would lay off 1,900 employees at Activision Blizzard's and Xbox, a cut that represents about 8% of the overall Microsoft gaming division. Microsoft declined to identify the titles in question, but Spencer said they won't be Starfield, the long-awaited game that came out in September, nor would it be the forthcoming Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Spencer also said that 2 of the 4 are community-driven games, while the other 2 are smaller titles that weren't meant to be exclusive to Microsoft's own system.
Patron of the fallen angels, protector of the Chukulimani, the Great Circle.
Malaysia's economic growth was slower than expected in the fourth quarter of 2023 amid subdued export. According to Reuters' survey of analysts, it grew by 3% in the fourth quarter, below estimates of 3.4%. The growth was also lower than the 3.3% achieved in the previous third quarter. Furthermore, Malaysia's full-year economic growth in 2023 came in at 3.7%, which was below the government's estimates and significantly lower than the 8.7% growth in 2022. Last month, Bank Negara Malaysia expected the country's growth to improve in 2024 amid a possible recovery in external demand and domestic expenditure. Both the government and central bank are forecasting Malaysia to achieve economic growth of 4 to 5% this year. Last week, numerous companies based in the United States revealed plans to reduce their workforce by thousands, to lower expenses and allocate greater investment towards priority sectors.
Cisco announced on Wednesday that the tech maker will reduce 5% or around 4,000 jobs globally after the company revenue fell 6%, while its net income dropped by 5% in the second quarter of 2024 fiscal year. The layoffs are part of the company's plan to realign and invest in key priority areas, especially in AI development, by expanding the partnership with NVIDIA.
With our innovation, we deliver and enable our customers to deploy next-generation applications in a highly secure manner. As part of this, we help facilitate their growth through our products and services so that when our customers adopt new technologies, we grow alongside them. We continue to accelerate our innovation across high-growth areas. We also announced several new capabilities across our security, collaboration, and observability portfolios, leveraging AI throughout. We also continue to capitalize on the multi-billion-dollar AI infrastructure opportunity. This quarter, we announced the next phase in our partnership with NVIDIA to offer enterprises simplified, cloud-based, and on-prem AI infrastructure. This includes both networking hardware and software to support advanced AI workloads. We are clear beneficiaries of AI adoption, and this partnership further demonstrates the central role we play in AI and the overall technology ecosystem.
Cisco shares dropped almost 6% on Wednesday after the announcement to the level of 47 and then up nearly 2.5% and closed at the level of 48 on Friday trading session. Following Cisco, the shoemaker Nike also announced on Thursday to cut 2% of its employees, or around 1,600 jobs globally, to cut operational costs, starting on Friday. The action was taken due to the weaker demand and consumer spending as the interest rates and rental costs are higher. Nike CEO John Donahoe said that the company tried to increase the investment in high priority areas such as running, women's clothing, and its Jordan brand. Nike share dropped 4% on Friday after the announcement to the level of 101 and then closed at the level of 103 during the trading session on Friday.
Those were the economics and business update we have for now. We're going to take a little break, but when we return, we are going to deliver some sports updates for you. So stay with us.
Good morning, Indonesia, Southeast Asia, and the world. Rise and shine, everyone. A brand new start to a brand new month and a brand new week.
Good morning. Good morning. It's a deja vu. Good.
It's like deja vu. It's like with sports, entertainment as well.
It is time for See Today with Business with me, Caroline. All right, guys. See Indonesia, see the world, see today.
China has been racing against time for rescue and disaster relief work after a landslide on Monday struck a mountainous village in southwest China's Yunnan province.
Kenapa sih dia selalu mau eksis kalau aku syuting? Ijo sama yang merah ini tuh rumah pribumi. Jadi aku taruh di dalam, makanya rasanya lebih welcome gitu. Modern banget. Sempit banget kalau ceilingnya pendek. Menurut aku ya, kita belum ngerasa memiliki kalau belum ada sejarahnya.
Asian flavors is gaining more popularity around the world in the last decade. Personally love this, not just because it is familiar for our palate, but because the airiness, the textures of the youtiao, it's completely different when baguette. So with those appetite and with those pleasure-driven people, Menteng is a very special place for restaurant. So spicy.
Absolutely delicious. You know, it's actually pretty good.
Satu, dua, tiga. Come see the nature, only on See Indonesia.
Come see the beauty, only on See Indonesia.
Only on See Indonesia.
Hi viewers, you're still watching the 3-hour news show on See Today, and now let's start your sports updates for this hour. The Indonesian Badminton Association, or PBSI, remains optimistic that the national teams will continue their traditions of winning gold medals at the 2024 Olympic Games in Paris, France. Now, to achieve the target, PBSI has applied several breakthroughs such as sports science implementation and to be more selective in choosing the tournament for seeded players. PBSI Secretary General Muhammad Fadil Imran spoke to the press on Saturday late afternoon in Jakarta after participating in a seminar on maintaining the tradition of winning gold medals at the Olympic Games. He mentioned that at least 4 sectors have the potential to win gold medals at the Paris 2024 Olympic Games, namely men and women single players and men and women doubles teams. Meanwhile, mixed doubles teams is considered to have less opportunity to clinch gold. Furthermore, PBSI is actively working to qualify as many players as possible for this most prestigious sporting event by choosing suitable tournaments for each player to accumulate the required points for the 2024 Olympic Games qualifications.
Memang ada beberapa atlet yang tidak butuh poin banyak, hanya butuh mempertahankan diri sekarang. Itu tidak semuanya wajib. Kita sudah punya pilihan-pilihan jadwal bagi setiap sektor dan setiap pemainnya, dan mereka ikuti ada race to Olympic di sana. Dan itu milestone pertama kami di Indonesia. Kita sudah menghadirkan pakar psikologi sport, itulah sport science. Jadi kita menggandeng ahlinya dalam konteks sport science. Oleh sebab itu saya mohon doa restu teman-teman semua agar apa yang menjadi ikhtiar kami ini bisa terwujud dan bisa menjadi kebanggaan buat seluruh masyarakat. Memang yang kita kirim ini kan anak lapis ketiga. Yang Cina aja yang mengalahkan Jojo dan Ginting kita nih. Stok pemain kita tidak mau ganggu untuk siapa-siapa.
Let's move on to the next one. The Indonesian women's badminton team could not keep their championship title at the 2024 Badminton Asia Team Championships after losing 1-3 to Thailand. On February 17th, the Indonesian badminton team suffered early losses against Thailand at the Asian Team Championship held at the Setia Cities Convention Center in Shah Alam, Selangor, Malaysia. In the first match, Putri Kusuma Wardani lost to Thai women's singles player Supanida Katetong with scores of 17-21 and 19-21. In the second match, Indonesian women's doubles shuttlers Alani Tria Mayasari and Ripka Sugiarto were defeated by their Thai opponents Jongkolpan Kititar Rakul and Rawinda Prajonjai. However, Esther Nurumi Triwadoyo provided a glimmer of hope for Indonesia in the third match with a straight game victory against Busananong Bamrungpan, winning with scores of 25-23 and 21-16. Now, unfortunately, Amelia Cahaya Pratiwi and Rahel Alessia Rose lost to a fourth match against Thai women's doubles players Benyapa Aimsard and Nuntakan Aimsard with scores of 22-24 and 14-21. This result meant that Indonesia failed to defend their championship title after winning the tournament in 2022 by defeating South Korea in the final. The setback marks a disappointment for the Indonesian team. And that is a wrap for sports for now. But when we return, we'll have more information, including our signature segment, See the Stories. So keep it right here on the 3-Hour News Show on See Today.
Gue yang penting apa yang gue makan bisa gue buang pada saat gue olahraga sih gitu.
Jadi Adila kalau ketemu mungkin dia ketawa.
Dengan proses gue bersyukur banget Kubu Junior tuh sempat bubar tahun 2016-2017.
Feelingnya sabu-sabu karena sabu-sabu kita cuma makannya setahun sekali.
Kalau kita dengerin Spotify ya, Pak gimana sih caranya aku bisa masuk di sini gitu. Ya nggak boleh menghalangi lah.
Asian flavors is gaining more popularity around the world in the last decade. Personally love this, not just because it is familiar for our palate, but because the airiness, the textures of the youtiao, it's completely different than baguette. So with those appetites and with those pleasure-driven people, Menteng is a very special place for restaurant.
Their existence is now being critically endangered.
Dia memiliki ekor yang sangat panjang, jauh lebih panjang daripada badannya sendiri.
Tekniknya dia bergelombol menggunakan punggung temannya untuk naik.
Sebenarnya konservasi burung hantu di sini latar belakangnya jelas asas manfaat. Jadi kita pengen melestarikan burung, melestarikan satwa, tapi juga otomatis dampaknya ke masyarakat yang khususnya sekarang kalau di sini kan petani.
Hey there, buddies! Welcome back to another episode of Buddy Talk.
Enggak. Dia hostnya, kita co-hostnya.
It's better to be overdressed than underdressed. That's
Yeah,
actually a good hack, because I used to live in Canada. That was our trick.
Point to Manado on the smash.
I'm horrible. I told you I'm bad.
Dikira dengan banyaknya informasi itu kan jadi makin gampang gitu nulis.
Iya.
Tapi ternyata susah banget.
About you that makes me indulge in the company of your own kind.
Good morning, Indonesia, Southeast Asia, and the world. Rise and shine, everyone. A brand new start to a brand new month and a brand new week. Here at
Good morning. Good morning. It's a deja vu. Good.
Deja vu. It's like with sports, entertainment as well.
It is time for See Today with Business with me, Caroline. All right, guys. See Indonesia, see the world, see today.
Ke Binjai mau migrasi.
Cakep.
Anjay, aku depot sih.
Ya, aku cuma mau bilang hari ini kamu tuh cantik ya.
Aduh ya Allah.
Oke lah kalau penampilan dia nggak sebaik itu, nggak sebagus itu, nggak seganteng itu, tapi itu hatinya dia sebaik itu dan tidak ada orang yang pernah gue temuin hatinya sebaik Maris.
Pemain.
Hello, welcome back to the 3-hour news show on See Today. Now, for the next hour, we'll bring you the latest stories in our See the Story segment, and you're still with me, Hans Lang.
And I'm Hiliani Hidranto. For the latest updates, you can also follow us on Instagram, X, and YouTube at See Today News. And also with us,
I'm Krizia Alexa, but before anything else, let's see what's making headlines today.
Israeli military assault in Gaza has hindered the latest round of Israeli-Palestinian truce talks.
Numerous U.S.-based companies, including Cisco and Nike, revealed plans to reduce their workforce to lower expenses and allocate greater investment toward priority sectors.
the Indonesian Badminton Association, or PBSI, expressed their optimism about Indonesia's opportunity to win gold medals at the 2024 Olympic Games in Paris, France.
And now in our See the Story segment, just after this, we will learn more about Abacus and Brain Gym as fun learning methods with Regional Director and Executive Instructor at Abacus Brain Gym, NG Michaela Marella.
Hi viewers, welcome to See the Stories on a 3-hour news show. Now before we jump into our first discussion for today, let me ask my friend Krizia, who is a fellow mother. Yes. So, how is your experience in teaching math to your son?
Actually, I'm not an expert in that subject.
But I know you like to teach your kids at home.
Yes, but not math. Not math. But fortunately, I think he's doing pretty well without needing any assistance from me.
Okay.
Yeah, but he recently joined, can we mention the brand? He recently joined Kumon.
Ah, and that helps a lot.
Helps a lot. He is faster now.
Okay, all right. So maybe, you know, for me, I was afraid to learn math when I was in school.
Same.
Oh, same, okay.
Girl.
But today we will learn the subject in a fun way with Abacus and Brain Gym. Joining us in the studio is Abacus Brain Gym Indonesia Regional Director and Executive Instructor, NG Michaela Marella, who will teach us the method. Good evening. Thank you so much for being here. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes.
Honestly, I'm quite familiar with this, not in the sense that I've join the lesson or anything, no. But my friends in school, they did this.
They all use this method.
They use this method and they excel in math, honestly. So yeah, I think we should try this.
Yes.
We should try this. And let's dig deeper today, okay?
Let's go.
Okay, so for the audience that is not yet familiar with this method, could you please explain to them before we go any further? What is abacus and how does it work?
Okay, so abacus is actually an ancient traditional tool from China that used to count. And the ancient versions, it has like 2 bits in the upper sides and 5 bits in the lower side.
Okay, perhaps you can show us.
Okay, yeah.
Because you just lost me there.
Okay, yeah. So the ancient versions, it has like 2 bits on the top side and 5 bits on the lower side.
Okay.
But it has been modified, and right now it has like 1 upper bit and 4 lower bits. And these newest versions, actually it is easier for us to use the abacus to count. And later when we practice to imagine the bit, yeah, it will be like more possible and easier to us to imagine the bit.
Okay.
And by this kind of versions also, each column will has its own value. Like the columns in the middle one in here, it stands for ones. And then the column besides it on the left side, it stands for tens. And then the column besides it stands for hundreds, and so on.
What about this side?
This one is decimals.
Oh.
Yeah.
And what about the different color? Because
the different color is just to make us easier to see the column.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is it the same one? You know, when we were little, I think we've seen the one with like multiple colors. Is it the same thing? Does it work the same?
If the abacus has 1 upper bit like this and 4 lower bits, it should be the same. Perhaps the bits has different color.
Okay. All right.
Wow. It looks complicated to me, honestly.
This is why she's gonna teach us later.
You're gonna teach us. Now, for beginners, they use this tool, right? They don't imagine it yet because they have to see something concrete. Now, do they always do this, like when counting, or can they eventually imagine it without having to do this gesture?
Okay, so yeah, basically at the first time we practice with the concrete one, right?
Yes.
So they practice using their finger like this. So usually when they first time like imagine the bit movement to count, they imagine this one in their mind.
Yeah.
So their finger like this because they imagine like they are moving the bit in their mind. Like that, but usually by practice, some students or some people can do this without using
the gesture.
Yes,
like just this poker face like this.
Yeah.
152.
Love it. Now, can you explain how learning to use an abacus can benefit children's math skills?
Okay, so basically when we learn the abacus, we learn the arithmetics, like the basics mathematical operations like addition, subtraction, multiplications, and divisions. Yeah. And if we have to look a little bit deeper in all mathematical subjects, all the materials will need these 4 basics, right? All the materials, no matter it is like geometry, algebra, and anything else, all of them will use like the addition, subtraction, multiplications, and divisions. So once they master these 4 basic mathematical operations, they will be able to count fast, so that when they learn the other material, they can do that like more easier and faster as well.
So this is like the basic.
Yes, this is the basic, because if they cannot do like addition and subtraction, for sure when they have to learn the multiplications, they will need time to count it one by one, right?
Right.
That can make the students frustrated or like boring or something else like that.
Makes sense.
Or
Now,
make them give up too, right?
Yeah.
So at what age is it appropriate to introduce children to the abacus for math learning?
Okay, so basically I always suggest to start learning the abacus as soon as possible.
Really?
Yes.
Because I tried to enroll my son when he was 5 years old, and what do you call it? The place, the place, or yeah, the instructor told me that, oh, he's too young. Maybe try to register again when he enters first grade.
Okay, so actually, I usually suggest the children to start learning this one before they start learning to count with their fingers.
Oh.
Yeah, so as long as they already know like number 0 until 9, and they know which number is bigger, they already been able to start learning this one.
Oh.
So usually it can be start like in 4 years old usually.
Yeah.
Okay, so they have to know numbers from 0 to 9, and they know which one is
bigger,
smaller, or bigger.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes, that's it.
So our kids are 7 years old. Do you think that's too late for them to?
Actually, there's nothing worse like late to start learning. But yeah, if they can start learning like earlier, it will be better.
Oh no, we're late.
Actually, abacus not only for children.
Can we learn too?
Abacus can be learned by teenagers, like adults, or even elderly up to 99 years old.
Oh, okay.
It can help to reduce dementia.
Okay.
Wait. She's gonna teach us later, right?
Yeah.
But so, are there any special techniques or methods for teaching children to use the abacus effectively?
So actually, there is no like specific method to teach the abacus, but basically, when we teach the abacus, we use the concrete. And I think all children and almost most people will be easier to learn something if they have the concrete. Because they can see, they can touch the concrete, and they can experience by themselves, right? So yeah, we teach the abacus start from the concrete one. After they master this one, then we try to imagine the beat movement in our mind, step by step like that. And in our learning center in Abacus Brain Gyms, perhaps the addition points is we learn not only by reading the questions, but we learn by using the software, which has the listening mode. So the students practice not only by reading, but also by listening.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, can we compare this method with other methods? Because we know that nowadays there are so many methods of learning math, right? And I don't think one method will suit everyone, right? There's pros and cons.
Yes.
Now, let's talk about the pros of this abacus method compared to other methods such as the ones that are using pencil and paper, where they should write like very manually done.
Okay, so let me clarify first. So learning the abacus, the main goal is not to count fast. Perhaps that is something that's already in our mindset, and that is something that we can observe directly, right?
Right.
But actually, the main goal of learning the abacus is to stimulate the brain.
Okay.
It is to balance the right brains and the left brain. So, like when we count, we are using our left brain.
Okay.
When we imagine something, we use our right brain.
Oh yeah.
So when we count by imagining the beat movement, we are using the left brain and the right brain at the same time.
Interesting.
So they work together, so they can be more balanced.
Yes.
So once our brain is more balanced, so the brain can work like more optimal, and they can like work under pressure, or like we can say they can work with more relaxed conditions.
Yes.
Yeah, and also like when we imagine the beat movement also, it helps to increase like the concentrations, the focus, like imaginations, memory, like creativity, and many more.
I see.
So not to count faster.
Yeah, not to count faster, because the speed will come naturally when the right and left brain is balanced.
Yes.
Now, can we compare, please, with other methods? Because my son is doing, it's not doing abacus.
I know.
Obviously, but I just want to know. It's not to find the best, but I just want to know the benefits of the abacus compared to other methods.
Yeah. So basically, like what I already mentioned before, the main goal is not for learning maths, like not to count fast or something like bigger without using the scratch paper or something else.
Oh,
it
no,
is for the brain.
I get it.
Yeah, the benefits is actually for the brain. So like when their brains is already balanced, they are easier and like faster to learn anything else. Like also not only the mathematics subject, but also like subjects that need to memorize, like history, like social or something else. Yeah, it can help also in the other subject.
Okay, so the key word is imagination. So when we just use paper and pencil, we just write it down and count like that.
Yeah.
But if we totally use our imagination using this method, then you can get more balance.
Yeah, more balance in our brains, like imaginations, like focus, concentrations, because if you use the scripts and paper, they can just see the number there.
True.
But if we have to imagine, they have to memorize like how many bits that they already have in their minds, what is the previous answers, like that. So it will require like more focus and concentrations, not as simple as you can just write down in paper.
So it's an exercise for
I
your
get
brain.
it now. I get it now.
Okay. Okay, so can using an abacus help children develop mental math skill? And if yes, how?
Yeah, so absolutely learning abacus will help to improve like the mental maths, because after they master the concrete one, they have to practice like mentally, right? They have to imagine the beat movement, they have to use their mental skill to imagine the abacus beats, imagines the beat movements, memorize also like what number they have already mentioned have before.
Yeah.
And in abacus brain gyms, we also like practice, like already mentioned before, with the listening mode in the software. And there is also one more mode, like reading in the flash mode. So the number will pop up one by one.
Okay.
So yeah, it will like improve our mental skills, because it will require like more focus, like concentrations, and also it will increase our speed to count, because the number will pop up one by one. You cannot see the previous number.
Yes.
So you have to really focus and count it fast when the number is show up.
I see. Whoa, that must be challenging for us.
Yes.
So that's why you said earlier that the earlier you start, the better.
Yeah.
Right? And how can parents support children learning to use the abacus at home?
Okay. So yeah, actually I really appreciate like if the parents want to sit with their children to learn the abacus. The first things that the parents can do, like they can monitor what their children are learning, and they know like their progress of their children. And also they can ask their children to like, can you help to teach me how to use this?
Okay.
Usually most children will like feel more, have more pride and confidence, like, oh, like this way, this one is easy, just move this one and this one. They have like more motivations, like, oh, I learned this one and I know I can teach my parents to do this.
Yeah.
And then they can, the parents and the children can also like do or practice together. It can have like, they have more quality time.
Yeah.
To learn together, and they can compete each other. Usually children like to compete each other, right?
Yes.
So they compete, okay, let's compete with me. Who will answer this question faster? Something like that. Usually it will motivate the children like to practice, to be faster like that, to beat their own parents.
Yeah.
They're very competitive, I'm telling you.
Yes.
All right, now I cannot wait to learn, because you said adults can learn too, right? Okay, so now we're going to solve some math cases with the abacus.
Okay.
And our team, our creative team, have prepared 5 math cases, and Angie here will teach us to use the abacus to solve those questions.
All right.
Okay, so each of us gets one.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, one for me, and here's for you, and for me. And what else do we need?
Sorry. Just one more.
Like
I'm
practice
nervous.
the gesture.
Okay. Okay. So you can put it on, here, if you want. So our left hand is holding the abacus and here.
Left here?
Yeah. And then we use our right hands to move the beads in here later.
Yeah.
So we will use the column in the middle one. Can you see?
This one.
Yeah, the column in the middle one.
Okay, the one that has orange in it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's called the column 1.
Okay.
So this column stands for ones. Okay. So if we have one lower beat, it means 1.
Okay.
If we have 2 lower beats, it means 2. If we have 3 lower beats, it means 3. And if we have 4 lower beats, it means 4. So each lower beat has a value of 1.
Okay.
Okay. So now how about 5? So to make number 5, we will use the upper beat.
Okay.
The upper beat.
The one, okay.
Yeah.
So upper beat.
So the upper beat is a special one because one upper beat has a value of 5.
Okay. Got it. Okay.
Oh, so what do? I mean, we put it down or
Yeah,
up?
we put down the upper beat.
Oh, so we gotta put everything up first?
No,
Like so,
this.
no?
Just make it clear. You can press the button.
Ah.
Yes, and then
Oh,
you
it's
just
like
put
reset.
Yeah, resets.
Got it.
Yeah.
So that's 5.
Yes. And then to make number 6, that means we need one upper beat and one lower beat.
So this is 7,
One upper
8,
beat.
9,
10. 10
5,
is different
6,
column.
7, 8, 9.
Nine,
What is
okay.
10?
The 10 is, we'll use the different column later.
Okay, got it.
So,
So how do you make 6?
6 like
Here.
this. One upper beat and one lower beat.
Oh, okay. Like that.
So like 5 and after that 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
Get it.
Get it?
Yes.
Got it.
Is it gonna be that easy?
I like pressing this one. Like, I feel
smart.
Yeah.
Okay. Get it.
Okay. Okay, so let's we practice first.
Okay.
Okay. If I have 2 lower beats, what number is it?
2.
2.
Okay, good job.
Thank you.
If we have 4 lower beats, what number is it?
4.
4. See, it's easy, right?
It's still ones,
Right.
not tens
Or
or
start from the
hundreds.
basic one
Okay.
first.
Got it.
Okay. And then if I have 1 upper beat,
5.
5.
5.
Nice. If I have 1 upper beat and 4 lower beat,
9.
9.
see? You can just nail it in 1 minute.
Just the
Less than
ones.
1 minute.
Just the ones. Okay. Bring it on.
Okay. So later when we have to move the beat,
Yeah.
we will use only 2 fingers.
Okay.
The thumb and the pointer finger.
Yes.
So if we want to move up the lower beats, we will use the thumb.
Okay.
Got it.
Like thumb up. If we want to move down the lower beats, we will use finger down. So for example, +2, thumb up. So we move 2 lower beats up. Okay. -1, we move 1 lower beats down, finger down.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Can we proceed to the
Okay.
problem
Okay.
that we're gonna solve?
Where?
But is our skill enough, by the way? Does the problem have? Okay.
What is going on?
Okay. Can you do I read it or do you?
Okay, let's read it together.
Okay,
Let us do together.
Okay,
Yes.
3.
Okay, +3. So means we move 3 lower beats up,
Up.
thumb up. And then +1, we add 1 more beat up.
Up.
Okay. And then
Minus
-2. So
2
we move
down.
2 lower beats down.
Down.
And then +1, we move 1 lower beats up, thumb up.
The answer
So right now,
3.
3. Good job.
Yes.
Awesome.
so easy.
That's correct.
Yes. I got it.
We got this.
Easy, right?
Now,
The first question is easy. So we got it.
Time to press the button.
Okay, here.
Okay. Next one.
So we got it right.
Okay.
Okay. So the next one, it has already number 5, right?
Yes.
So for the upper beats, it's a special one. We only use the pointer finger. So we move down and move up the upper beat only by using the pointer finger.
Okay.
So +5, we move down the upper beat down.
Yep.
Yes, finger down. And then +3, thumb up.
Okay. 3.
Okay.
-2, finger down.
Yep.
-5.
Huh?
No, -5.
Okay,
finger
okay.
up. Yeah. So
1.
what do you have?
1. Yes.
Amazing.
We got it.
We're a pro. Okay, got it.
Okay.
I think for us, it's easier to count without this, right?
Yeah, perhaps if you already know how to count with the
Yeah.
fingers, at the beginning it seems like that. But if we want to learn the abacus, we have to use this one first.
Yeah.
Because if we don't start with this one, later when the number is bigger, like hundreds, thousands, or even millions, you cannot do it directly without imagine the beat movement, right?
Okay, next.
Let's go.
Okay, so
7.
7. So 7 will need 1 upper beat and 2 lower beats. Do it at the same time.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Again?
Okay.
So do it at the same time.
Okay.
Okay.
7.
And then +2.
+2.
Thumb up.
-5 here.
-5, yeah, finger up. Using the pointer finger.
-3.
And then -3, use your pointer finger to move down 2 bits.
Why is it always 1?
1.
1, that's correct.
Yes. Okay, I think we got this.
Okay, so the next questions, you do it by yourself?
Okay. Okay. Next, please. She's testing us. Okay.
Okay. 4 up.
Thumb up,
Minus
using
thumb
thumb
up.
up.
Plus 5 and plus 1. Okay. 8.
Yes. That's
Yes.
correct. Don't forget when you move up the lower bits using the thumb.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Easy
Reset.
peasy, right?
Easy for this, but we don't know the next one. Do we still have anything?
Oh.
Okay, one more.
Okay.
Okay, don't forget 9. That means you have to move it at the same time.
Oh, 9.
Yes.
2.
Yes, that's correct.
I think we're a pro now.
5.
For this
Yes.
this line only.
-3 plus 1.
2.
Yes, 2.
Got it.
Yay! High five.
Okay.
Okay. Can we do another one? Like you've told us about the ones, right?
Yes.
What about the tens?
The
Can
tens
you give
means
example?
the tens means you have 1 bit in the tens columns. Like this.
Oh, that's 10?
Next
Yes.
to. Oh.
Okay.
So if you have like 2 bits, 2 lower bits in the
20.
column 2, that means 20.
Okay.
So for
30,
example,
40?
yeah, 30, 40, and then 50.
Oh, so it's quite similar, but you add 0 behind.
Yeah. So if you have like this, 2 lower bits in the column 2 and 1 upper bit in the column 1, that means it is 25. So actually it's easy because we can just read the number like we are reading in the book. So from the left to the right.
So this is 24, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. Can you give us a problem? But we're gonna have to take a little break, right, Yanni?
Yes. So we're going to continue our talk with Angie after the break. Stay tuned right here on the 3 Hour News Show on See Today.
Berangkat aja dulu, kerjakan apa yang ada di depan kalian. Setidaknya kalian hari ini walaupun tidak mendapatkan uang, tapi kalian mendapatkan kesempatan.
Walaupun di awal-awal itu banyak sekali rintangan dan tantangan.
Kalian berproses aja dulu, jalan aja dulu. Kalau udah waktunya kalian untuk dapetin uang akan datang nyamperin kalian. Hal yang paling sangat utama untuk mengawali bisnis, ridho dan restu orang tua. Itu hal dan modal paling besar dalam mengawali usaha.
The China Earthquake Network Center reported that the quake rocked the Ertupen County in Aksu Prefecture shortly after 2 a.m. local time.
Minister January Makamba was a guest in one of our news programs, the 3 Hour News Show, yesterday. While he was in the studio, he used the opportunity to explain the current state of diplomatic ties between Tanzania and Indonesia.
Indonesian Foreign Affairs Minister Retno Marsudi addressed the UN Security Council during an open debate in New York.
Ini adalah open debate Dewan Keamanan PBB ketiga mengenai Gaza dalam 3 bulan terakhir dan Indonesia hadir di ketiganya.
Bahkan brosurnya aja Pak, saya udah pelan-pelanin jalan. Ditegur, Mas cepetan gitu. Dia bisa baca perilaku kamu. Sekalian itu mau baca tarot nggak? Iya.
Oh iya, Sa.
Sama mana tangan kamu?
Keren banget. Mau, Om.
This is so spicy.
absolutely delicious.
You know, it's actually pretty good.
Satu, dua, tiga.
Come see the nature, only on See Indonesia.
Come see the beauty. Only on See Indonesia.
Only on See Indonesia.
Welcome back to the 3-hour news show on See Today, and we are still on the See the Story segment. Now, before the break, I asked Angie right here to teach us about the tense. We've learned once, now we are proceeding to tense. And during the commercial break, you have taught us a little bit.
Yeah.
And now time to test us.
Okay, sure.
Just one problem.
Okay, so let's start.
Okay.
So 10.
10. Oops, sorry. Yep.
Okay, plus 15. Okay. Plus 20. Minus 10.
35.
Yes.
35.
Exactly.
I think I got it right.
Yes,
Yeah.
you did. Yay!
Good job.
We're starting to improve.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Now, we already talked about abacus and
Learn how to do it.
how to do the math case with it. And today we will also discuss about, guess what?
What is it?
Brain gym. Okay, not just muscle gym.
Yeah.
Brain has muscle too.
Yeah.
Is it? I don't know. But we're doing brain gym anyway today. So let's proceed to the first question for this topic. What is brain gym and how does it differ from traditional physical exercises?
Okay. So brain gyms is a series of physical activities that aims to shape the neural pathways and also activates the brain and also all the entire body to be ready to learn certain skills. So perhaps the difference with the traditional physical activities, usually the traditional physical activities, the focus is for physical health.
Yes.
Such as like to increase the strength, stamina, like to relax the muscles, something like that. But the brain gyms movement that has the other benefits that aims to like activates the brains. So actually brain gyms has a benefits in any aspect of our daily life. So for example, like it can help to improve reading skills, or like me right now, I have to speak in front of the public. It can be helped by using the brain gyms movement as well.
Okay.
Very useful. Can you perhaps give some example?
Example of the movement?
Yes, example of the
Okay.
brain gym activity.
Yeah, okay, sure. Okay.
Oh, let's put this back first.
Okay. So I will show you the simple one first.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this movement called brain buttons. So one hand, you can put it on the chest. Like if you notice under the neck, there is like a bone. Yeah, a bone in here. Then under the bone, there is like a hollow or, yeah.
Yes.
Can you feel it?
Yes.
Yeah. So you can massage it gently, don't too hard. Yeah, just massage it. Okay, and then the other hands, just put it on the belly button.
Okay.
Yeah. So right now you can see, you can find a horizontal line in front of you. And then your eyes can follow that horizontal line from the left to the right, go back to right, go back to the left, right again, left again, slowly. Find any horizontal line in front of you. Then you can look, your eyes can look from the left to the right. Yeah, your eyes, not your head.
I get mixed up between horizontal and vertical. I need brain gym.
Yeah, so actually this movement can help to increase like the focus, concentrations, like the energy level in our body. Like it can help to increase the vision as well. And by practice, it can also help like the reading skills, writing skills, speaking skills, and many more.
Does it make us relax too?
Yeah.
Because, did you know this? I just yawn. I feel so relaxed.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah.
It activates like make us relax, so we can like be more focused, be more concentrated.
And how long do you have to do this?
Actually, there's no specific time how long you have to do it. If you feel like, oh, I already got enough like focus or concentrations, then you can just stop. Or you can switch your hands as well.
Ah, okay.
Like that.
All right.
Are there any other exercises?
Okay.
You can show
The
us?
other one, let's.
We're gonna stand up. Okay.
All right. So the second movement that I want to show you is called cross crawl. It looks like physical activities.
Yeah.
So we will bring together the right elbow with the left knee. Yeah. Just try your best. Don't push it too hard. I don't want you to fall down or twist. Yeah. Just try your best, but try not to bend.
We can
try not to bend
forward.
Yeah. So you can just do like that. Yeah. So this one actually we cross the midline of our body. It to help to increase the coordination between the left part of our body with the right part of our body. Yeah. It also can helps to improve like the breathing, the stamina. So it will be like activates all the body. Oh,
full
so
body.
right now we are ready to learn some things.
Okay, I didn't know that a simple exercise can have so much benefits.
Yeah, it looks like simple and perhaps you do it when you have gyms or sports. Yeah. But actually some of the movement can activate the brain.
So this is what I'm gonna make my daughter do before she does her homework.
Yes.
I'm like, do this first.
Yes.
And do the one with the horizontal line.
Actually, that's two movement is really good if we can practice every day before we start like learning or working, because it activates our body to be ready to learn something.
All right. Okay, we can sit down again.
Perfect. Okay.
So, do you have any more questions?
All right, so now we want to know.
Breathe.
That was a workout, guys. No, I'm joking. How brain gym activities help improve focus and concentration in children? I think you mentioned it earlier, but can you elaborate some more?
Okay, yeah, so like I already mentioned before, like the brain gym has benefits in any aspect of our daily life. One of them is to increase the focus and concentrations. So when we do like specific brain gym movement that aims to activate some points in our brains, like to be more focused. Yeah. One of the example of the activity or the movement is the one that we just did, the brain button one. But there are some more movement actually to increase the focus and the concentrations.
Nice. All right. Now, we understand that nowadays teachers are excellent, you know? It's very, very different than in our eras because most of us afraid of math. It's so intimidating because, I don't know, I'm not blaming the teacher, but just the way of learning. While we were young, it's so different than now. However, there are still parents and children who still feel anxious despite all that. Now, do you have anything to say to them perhaps, or any advice?
Okay, so actually I think there's no advice that can be really applied to all parents and children, because it's parents and children will have their own parenting style, their learning style, like their personality or something else that can vary from one children to another one. But perhaps one of the simplest advice that we can do to avoid them, we can give the children like simple or easy game related to the number or mathematics. Then when they already been able to do it well and fast, we can appreciate them. Like, wow, you're doing so amazing. You can do it so fast, like something else like that. So the children can get more confidence. Oh, I'm good enough to do that. That's easy. Like mathematics number is easy. And then we can move, like give them like a little bit more complicated or harder level of games. Then give them the compliments again. So step by step, starting from the very easy one. So we gain their confidence first, their love of learning the maths, until step by step we reach the material that they actually have to learn in the mathematics. Or for example, if the children love to compete, love competitions, you can do like simple mathematics questions. You can compete with your children. let them win. So,
important.
Yeah,
Very
let them win
important.
first. So they feel like, oh, I can do better. So they will be like, I have to practice more. I have to learn more. So next time I will
win again.
I will beat my parents or something else. Yeah, that is a simple like competitions, or actually, as already mentioned before, like in Abacus Brain Gym, we use the software. So when the children practice the software, actually they automatically join the competitions, the international competitions. So when they practice, they will be like get more motivated. Oh, I want to practice more so I can win, because the competition is counted based on the diligence and the consistency of practicing, not by how fast you can answer the questions, but by how diligent you practice. So later when they practice more because they want to win, they will be more fluent, right?
Right.
So they will find it is like, oh, it is easier right now because by practice, something will be easier.
Wow, amazing, amazing method. Angie, thank you so much for coming to the studio and sharing your insights about Abacus and also Brain Gym. We really appreciate it. And we will practice it too.
Yeah.
Thank you for teaching us with that, by the way.
Sure, you're welcome.
All right then, See the Stories will continue after the break. Please stay with us.
Good morning, Indonesia, Southeast Asia, and the world. Rise and shine, everyone. A brand new start to a brand new month and a brand new week here at
Good morning. Good morning. It's a deja vu. Good.
It's like deja vu. It's like with sports, entertainment as well.
It is time for See Today with Business with me, Caroline. All right, guys. See Indonesia, see the world, see today.
China has been racing against time for rescue and disaster relief work after a landslide on Monday struck a mountainous village in southwest China's Yunnan province.
Kenapa sih dia selalu mau eksis kalau aku syuting? Ijo sama yang merah ini tuh rumah pribumi. Jadi aku taruh di dalam, makanya rasanya lebih welcome gitu. Modern banget. Dia tuh sempit banget kalau ceilingnya pendek. Menurut aku ya, kita belum ngerasa memiliki kalau belum ada sejarahnya.
Asian flavors is gaining more popularity around the world in the last decade. Personally love this, not just because it is familiar for our palate, but because the airiness, the textures of the youtiao, it's completely different than baguette. So with those appetite and with those pleasure-driven people, Menteng is a very special place for restaurant.
This is so spicy.
Absolutely delicious.
You know, it's actually pretty good.
Satu, dua, tiga. Come see the nature, only on See Indonesia.
Come see the beauty, only on See Indonesia.
Only on See Indonesia.
Hello, welcome back to See the Stories on the 3-hour news show. So you've watched both Yanni and Kezia did train with some Brain Gym.
Hey,
Also
we are now
Abacus.
so much smarter than before.
Oh, wow. I love that arrogancy. But before we continue to our next story, I would love to ask you both.
Yes.
What would you do if you're a member of the World of Genius community? Since you said that you are now smarter than me.
Not than you, than everyone. I think if I'm a genius and
in a genius community in the world.
A genius community in the world,
Yeah.
I would open a free class and teach children.
All right. Noble cause. How about you?
I'm just gonna walk around and act like I'm the smartest kid.
I don't think you will do that.
That sounds more like me. All right, so a 3-year-old Malaysian boy living in the UK has become the youngest member of Mensa, which is the largest and oldest international high IQ society in the world.
Finish.
So, Muhammad Haris Nazim was invited to the community after scoring 142 on Stanford by a test, a cognitive ability test used to measure IQ. Surprisingly, only approximately 0.3% of the population can achieve such a high IQ.
His parents knew that he was special even before Mensa, since he excelled in math and reading subjects. Now, his mom claimed Naeem behaves like a typical 3-year-old who enjoys exploring and painting.
Yeah, I'm just a typical 30-something-year-old guy who enjoy eating and sleeping. So that doesn't mean that I have a low IQ.
No.
Wait, can you imagine, like 3-year-old?
That's amazing.
That's
wow.
amazing. Actually, there is one viral kid. Have you heard of him? Ken or Calculus Ken something?
Oh, I know. I heard about the calculus thingy.
I think he's 1 or 2 years old.
Yeah.
And already very, very interested in coding, mathematics, things like that. Isn't that crazy?
Certainly crazy.
Certainly 1 in a million. Well, speaking about kid or children, children would usually play with toys or watch cartoons during their playtime, but for 6-year-old Anshuman Gurung, it's all about numbers and breaking records. Now, this child prodigy has shown the world that age is just a number when it comes to intellectual prowess. Anshuman broke records for recalling complex things like the value of tau down to more than 600 decimal places, which is a mathematical value for the ratio of the circumference to the radius of a circle. He can also rattle off correctly all the different currencies used by each country and territory in the world. On November the 6th, he notched up 7 new marks in the Singapore Book of Records, bringing his total number of records to 13. Previously, Anshuman had broken 5 other records in 2022, and the preschooler also won plaudits for being able to recall and recite different variations of digits.
His father, Suresh Gurung, explained that he and his wife, while working with his teachers in school, taught Anshuman numbers from 1 to 20 and a few letters of alphabets when he was 4. But when they found out that the boy had learned numbers up to 1,000 and the entire alphabet from books he had come across, they were speechless. Suresh added that Anshuman thinks memorizing and reciting numbers is part of playtime. He enjoyed playing with Lego blocks and solving the Rubik's Cube instead of playing video games.
So my understanding of your sentences were actually stopped at tau. And after that, I didn't know a thing.
You don't know tau, right?
Circumference.
Do you know tau?
No.
Same. Apparently, I'm not that smart yet. I still have a lot to learn.
Basically, we just want the kids to think that math is fun, right?
Yeah.
And memorizing and reciting numbers is part of playtime. Now, teaching activities in the remote Kampar Regency, Riau, would often be hampered by the slippery and muddy conditions of roads.
So conditions present themselves as challenges for volunteers of the 1,000 teachers community who would attempt to provide education for the beautiful but isolated area.
Members of the 1,000 teachers community have to travel around 160 kilometers from the capital of Riau, Pekanbaru, to teach children in the remote area of the province. The 11-year-old community has members from across Indonesia. It focuses on providing education for children in remote, isolated areas. More than 30 teaching instructors from different backgrounds willingly trek the muddy and slippery road to reach Kebun Tinggi Village, Kampar Regency, Riau. The community is partnering a double cabin car community in Pekanbaru to get to the remote area. The volunteers are doing what they can to help the car climb the steep trail. Together, they push and pull the vehicle to get out of a hole on the challenging track. High-intensity rain makes it harder to navigate the road, with streams becoming deeper and almost impossible to cross. Sometimes, the volunteers even had to take breaks on the side of the jungle before continuing. After the rain subsides, they continue the journey to Kebun Tinggi Village. Although the river is quite deep, the vehicle is still able to manage and drive through the water. More rain greets the teaching instructors, but the hospitality of the villagers provides a warm welcome. One of the schools these volunteers go to is the State Elementary School 09, Kebun Tinggi Village. The village has around 300 families, but the difficult access and lack of communication have isolated the area. The village residents have only started to enjoy electricity within the last 2 years, while the internet is just available in the last 3 months. But they both often experience disruption due to the challenging condition within the forest and wildlife reserve area. The teaching community also brings gifts and school supplies for the children, and the happiness and appreciation on the children's face is palpable for everyone to see.
Tujuan kegiatan ini untuk mengajak anak-anak muda agar lebih peduli lagi terhadap dunia pendidikan, khususnya untuk adik-adik kita yang ada di pedalaman. Nah, di sini kita tidak hanya sekedar mengajar, tetapi kita juga memberikan inspirasi kepada adik-adik kita bahwa dengan fasilitas yang seminim mungkin, mereka masih bisa mengejar dan mewujudkan mimpinya.
The volunteers also teach the children with fun games, one of which is to ask them to draw the Tree of Dreams.
Berjumlah 13 relawan yang tergabung dari berbagai macam kalangan dan profesi. Untuk tujuan traveling and teaching kegiatan 1000 Guru Riau, tujuannya itu adalah untuk memberikan edukasi dan pengetahuan untuk adik-adik di SD 009 Kebun Tinggi, Kecamatan Kampar Kedahulu, Kabupaten Kampar, dan juga memberikan semangat dan motivasi tentunya kepada seluruh masyarakat di Desa Kebun Tinggi dan juga ikut mengeksplor destinasi wisata di Desa Kebun Tinggi.
Celebration of the Indonesian Independence Day anniversary can still be felt at the village. A cracker eating contest is just one of the happy occasions, even in a remote area such as this. Even with a challenging accessibility, Kebun Tinggi Village has a well-known tourism spot called Batu Tilam, perfect to watch the sunrise. And of course, the community takes the time to explore and enjoy the beauty. See Today contributor reporting from Kampar, Riau.
Well, looking at that, this made me realize how privileged we are living in the big city with a lot of facilities to actually go for education and stuff. Probably in my days, I would have to just changing a couple of transportation system to get to my school. Probably I don't know, one transportation system. But look at them.
Yeah.
And
A
often,
lot of things that we have to be grateful for.
yeah, but often we take it for granted.
True.
No, I think lesson learned today.
Lesson learned. All right. We'll be back with your daily dose of entertainment in the last segment of the show. You don't want to miss that. Just don't.
Gue yang penting apa yang gue makan bisa gue buang pada saat gue olahraga. Gitu. Jadi Abila kalau ketemu mungkin dia ketawa. Tuh. Dengan proses, gue bersyukur banget Kubu Junior tuh sempat bubar tahun 2016-2017.
Feelingnya sabu-sabu, karena sabu-sabu kita cuma makannya setahun sekali.
Kalau kita dengerin Spotify ya, Pak gimana sih caranya aku bisa masuk di sini gitu. Ya nggak boleh menghalangi lah.
Ke Binjai mau migrasi.
Cakep.
Anjay, aku deportasi.
Ya, aku cuma mau bilang hari ini kamu tuh cantik loh. Aduh ya Allah. Baru kali ini.
Oke lah kalau penampilan dia nggak sebaik itu, nggak sebagus itu, nggak seganteng itu. Tapi itu hatinya dia sebaik itu dan tidak ada orang yang pernah gue temuin hatinya sebaik Mas.
Pemain.
Before we say goodbye to you, we have one more segment to present. So this is your entertainment update. So if you ask me, among Marvel characters or among Marvel movies, cartoons, which one I would like the most?
Yeah.
That would be X-Men.
X-Men.
Just no contest. X-Men. That would be my first Marvel. But now Marvel has released the first trailer for X-Men 07. This brand new series, consisting of 10 episodes, will debut on Disney Plus starting March 20th.
Watch the series finale of X-Men next Saturday morning. Check your local listings.
Lies in our hands now.
The upcoming Disney Plus debut of Marvel Animation's X-Men 97, which features 10 episodes, has just arrived.
We have to stay vigilant.
X-Men 97 revisits the iconic era of the 1990s as the X-Men, a band of mutants who use their uncanny gifts to protect the world that hates and fears them, forced to face a dangerous and unexpected new future.
We get this done by working together as a team.
Jeez, Bob, keep buzzing in my ear.
The voice cast includes Ray Chase as Cyclops, Jennifer Hale as Jean Grey, Alison Seeley-Smith as Storm, Paul Dodd as Wolverine, Matthew Watterson as Magneto, and Adrian Hughes as Nightcrawler.
To me, my X-Men.
X-Men 97 will begin streaming on Disney Plus on March 20th of this year.
Magneto, the last will and testament of Charles.
Okay, now entertainment news from Indonesia. Do you remember Dealova, the movie, which was adapted from a best-selling novel back in 2025?
2005.
Because of the brain gym and all the actors, my brain is tired. 2005, I'm sorry.
I remember the song by Once Mekel.
Yes.
I remember that song, but I didn't remember the movie.
I watched it, but now I don't remember what it's about.
Same here. I even read the novel.
Watched it. Yeah.
Well, it's getting a remake and will be out this month.
The plot isn't too different from the first movie. It's about two guys competing for the love of the same girl. Oh, same old, same old. This time it will be highlighting the big city and lifestyle of the upper middle class.
This movie features Dikta Wicaksono, Haris Friza, Givina, and a special appearance by Fadil Jaidi. Originally set for release in 2021, it was postponed due to COVID-19 pandemic. And now the movie is set to hit theaters on February 22nd this year.
Ooh, that's a long way to go for this movie.
Yeah.
Like,
so they were ready in 2021?
Yeah, they were ready in 2021.
Yeah.
I assume they were ready just before 2020, before the
Yeah,
pandemic.
right.
So now it just released after what,
So-
5 years?
Yeah, so probably they don't even look like that anymore. A bit different.
Well, we'll see. We will let you to be the judge, but now we have to say goodbye to you because that does it for today's episode of the 3-Hour News Show on See Today. But be sure to also follow us on our social media through Instagram, X, and YouTube channel. Our handles are at See Today News.
See Today can now be enjoyed in Australia on Foxtel's OTT platform, Flash app, or in Macau Cable TV Channel 84. And if you're in the Philippines, you can also watch the Converge Vision Channel 58 and Singtel Singapore Channel 15.
For Telkomsel users, you can also watch See Today on the MaxStream app. And don't forget to tune in again tomorrow, same time, same channel. And be sure to catch our morning show every single day at 6 a.m. I'm Hiliani Hidranto.
I'm Krizia Alexa.
I'm Hans Lango, and allow us to leave you by saying,
See Indonesia, see the world, see today.
Bye-bye.
Give me life, and that's why night after night I'll be loving you right. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 7 days a week. Every hour, every minute, every second, you know, night after night I'll be loving you right.
Awalnya sih oke sih. Spin move-nya
bagus
oke.
ya?
Apanya yang oke? Oke apanya?
Wow.
Apanya?
Ini Mbak, kita kan lagi apa?
Mbak, sini.
Korea.
Wait. Kok tiba-tiba muncul di sini?
Iya, aku kan ada di mana-mana.
Dipanggil sama Hans ya?
Aduh.
Karena ketahuan ya?
Enggak, yang manggil Slay. Hai Slay.
Oh, ini cepunya.
Dia langsung insting gini. Asri itu ada yang narinya offbeat gitu.
Bener sih. Bener sih Mbak.
Kamu mah bagus deh. Offbeat.
Ini yang offbeat.
Ada anak
Selalu
basket
deh.
ya?
Anak ketahuan ya, agak kaku gitu kalau dia begini.
Iya, harusnya gaulnya sama cheer. Jadi bisa ngedance.
Tapi kita ketinggalan banget dong kalau nggak bisa joget Korea gitu.
Joget Korea tuh keren banget, tapi udah bisa belum?
Enggak.
Tarian daerah.
Oh,
nggak bisa.
apalagi tarian daerah.